It's the kind of parade authoritarian leaders have long loved. Colorful uniforms, marching bands, and the latest military hardware all on display. Now, U.S. President Donald Trump wants his own, reportedly inspired by the French celebrations he attended last year in Paris to mark Bastille Day. So preparations for a similar grand display in Washington are underway.
We're all aware in this country of the president's affection and respect for the military. We've been putting together some options. We'll send them up to the White House for decision.
However, such an event is rare in the United States. Outside of presidential inaugurations, the last one was held nearly 30 years ago in Washington to mark the end of the first Gulf War.
The president watches what...
In 1961, President John F. Kennedy held one for his inauguration in Washington at the height of the Cold War with the Soviet Union. He used it to showcase the U.S. Army's first anti-ballistic missiles. Formal parades may be intermittent, but displays of force in the United States have, in recent years, become more commonplace. Sporting events and American Independence Day often reverberate with the sound of a fighter jet flying overhead. But parades aren't cheap. The last U.S. military parade cost more than $8 million back in 1991. That's a lot of money translated into today's dollars.
I say that it's a fantastic waste of money to amuse the president.
Many Americans will view a lack of support for a military parade as unpatriotic, a charge Trump has used against athletes protesting racism and police brutality who refused to stand during the national anthem. More recently, he had this to say about lawmakers who refused to clap for him at his recent State of the Union address.
Un-American. Somebody said treasonous. I mean, yeah, I guess why not?
The idea of a military parade is yet another example of the political divide that exists in the United States. Well, millions see it as nothing more than a flag-waving display of patriotism. Millions more see it as yet another troubling sign of President Trump's authoritarian tendencies. Kimberly, Halkett, Al Jazeera, Washington.